Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the lands on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides and the universal energies. Very quickly, if you don't like the intro, there's a skip button. Feel free to use it. Um, I'm just saying, when I watch other readers when they go through their processes, that happens every video. Yeah, I skip through that as well, so I'm just putting that out there for those that find it tedious. Okay, what do I want to have a look at? Well, first of all, absolute huge thanks to Sally for my new deck of Gilded Tarot Royale. I really must get those in tune. Absolutely, because my poor old deck is looking very raggedy. And she also sent me this absolutely gorgeous pendulum, and I'll have to look up what actual gemstone it is. So thank you for that. What else do I want to mention? Oh, super thanks to Sue, who is one of my we chat quite regularly via email. She sent me this beautiful dragonfly medallion with the little ferns on there as well as, now this is not a hint for anybody to send me anything. I'm going to need a bigger bookshelf at this rate, so please do not feel just your presence here today is more than enough. But she also sent me this absolutely gorgeous little amethyst gemstone tree as well. I'll have to find a spot for it where it can actually be, oh, that's a better spot for it, can actually be seen there. But yes, I am going to have to get myself a bigger shelf at this rate. Okay, so thank you. And yeah, great letter from Janelle, also known as Jellybean, talking about the Securities and Equities Commission in regards to financial advisors. I did Google and have a quick look. Just note that the managed index funds, the S&P 500, are not taking on Fleon's stock, which is good news. So just check what your actual 401k or your super fund or whatever you like to call it, where they're actually investing. It doesn't hurt to do a wealth check, a financial check, even if you've only got a few $1,000s in your 401k. It doesn't hurt to just be on top of how it's being managed. Okay, it's about taking responsibility for our own finances. Right, what do I want to have a look at in this particular reading? Oh, other news. Apparently, Mitch is back in hospital, cough, cough, cough. And I just want to apologise and say that the Australian soccer player that got the first goal was from Tanzania. History, ancestry, very important to know where we come from and who we are as part of who we are. Born in a Tanzania refugee camp and was given asylum to come to Australia when he was only a wee little titch. Okay, what do I want to have a look at? I want to have a look at, in this particular reading, what about the fat slob of a cage fighter that apparently vomited on himself, and then after the rigged fight that finished at whatever time because it was delayed due to the storms, with the orange idiot on the sidelines. I can't even do the droopy face, but the right hand of his face was just absolutely, down there. Also, I noticed when he arrived at the G7, he was doing the gut clenching again, clenching of his gut again. Oh, came out and just made the most offhanded, derogatory comment about Michelle Obama. Like, what the? Oh, try something new, you idiots. It was just a stupid gaslighting. Just trying to stir things up, but all it does is go, oh, yeah, what a goose. What a goose. Okay, what do I want to have a look at in this particular reading? I haven't even got any notes about this. Oh, I do also want to mention The Norwegian crown princess's son, so it was the stepson of the crown prince of Norway, so not in line for the throne or anything like that. It was a child born to the now crown princess prior to her uh, meeting the crown prince, has been found guilty of 2 counts of rape and sentenced to 4 years in prison. 3 judges in the courtroom at the Oslo District Court cleared him of 2 other counts but found him guilty of many of the offences of which he had been accused. Okay, apparently he was not in court for the verdict due to unspecified health reasons, but joined the session via video link. So just putting it out there. Another royal family, another takedown from a royal family of somebody who thought that they could get away with anything due to their position, has been found guilty and will be 4 years in prison. Ah, yeah, that's how it's done. So apparently, the crown princess, though, has a form of pulmonary fibrosis and has been put on a lung transplant list. The son's lawyers, he was 4 years old when the crown princess Mette Marit married the crown prince. The lawyers have repeatedly sought the stepson's release from prison so he could spend time with his mother. However, the courts have rejected that. And so they should. Like, tough Beckies. Anyhow, I was very pleased to read that this morning. So, despite his alleged position and the power of his mother and stepfather, nah, guilty, off to prison. Okay, that's how it's done. Let's have a look. What I want to have a look at, though, is something that's a lot more serious. Reading the news this morning, was a US Air Force B-52 bomber crashed in California. It's a Stratofortress bomber plane crashed shortly after takeoff, and it was apparently on a routine test mission. There are believed to be no survivors because of the amount of destruction to the bomber. And what I really want to have a look at is that I want to have a look at I'm gossiping here, so I do apologize, to see whether it was actually an accident. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I was using the True Crime Oracle deck yesterday, if you remember, in one of my readings about the the roof falling off the far right, and triggering was going to be some sort of man-made disaster. And I was thinking, oh, well, that's because FEMA's not going to turn up when the house gets blown over. And the man-made disaster card, not liking these. If I'm just having a quick glance to see whether I can see it in the deck. Actually, I'll pause the video and pull it out. Hang on a sec. Right, instead of, I actually kept the deck in exactly the same order because I've had some cards come out already, but this, except for this, which I've pulled out, that was, this card popped up, 2 or 3 times during that reading in regards to what is going to trigger the cult members. So, where do I go with this? Man-made disaster. Come on down. These are the cards that came out. I'm going to put that aside there. I've got revenge, serial killer, which means, and these 2 cards came out again, and the serial killer, it doesn't necessarily mean one at a time. It means multiple unalivings. Trust your intuition. And then we've got the lies that are going to come out. Clean up, natural disaster, and regret. These 2 cards came out a lot too yesterday. This could also be a flood um, with a natural disaster and then regret. But this first line is what really interests me. I've got a couple of cards over there that were at the end of this that they're telling me is not important. This worries me that it was not an accident. So that's what I want to ask. I'll just pop these back randomly. No, I'll leave that out. Okay. Let me pop these back randomly. Yes, I feel exhausted. I think we all do. Was this runaway gift? Okay. Was this an accident? Mind control? Inside job? A runaway gift? Mind control and an inside job? Got water on the bottom. And assassination. A lot of emotional energy here. Hugely emotional, and this assassination. Okay, what I want to ask, shall I grab a different deck? Let's pop these ones away. I'll leave that card out. I'll put that away afterwards. I'm going to use the runic tarot. Oh gosh, I usually show that side to show the runic tarot because it's so much nicer. But for some reason, my guides had me show that side, and that's death. A little cheat sheet there. On the bottom, the world card. End of an era, something coming to a significant end. Was this? Get my cards up the right way. Emotional, overwhelming end of an era. Aside from the fact that they're two yes cards, my question is, now, when I read on the article, let me just come up and have a quick read of it. The B-52 is a long-range strategic bomber that had been participating in bombing raids on Persia during the latest US is not real war on that country. I don't know whether this particular aircraft, I'm getting the feeling of a yes there, can refuel in midair, giving it unlimited strike range, which created an umbrella for the US, a nuclear umbrella for the US during the Cold War back in the era of mutually assured destruction. But what really jumped out at me is the participating in the Persia attacks. So my question is, entertainment only, when the investigation is done into what caused this, two aces, is it going to be shown to be, is it going to be a false flag attack that has been sold as an attack? And then two aces are yes and yes. Emotionally overwhelming, fiery big stick messaging. Us readers have been seeing a false flag for a long time now. I'm going to ask a different way. I'm going to ask, now I should grab my new pendulum and give it a go, because boy, oh boy, were the two pendulums really raring. They really like each other. Was it an accident? Was this an accident? This B-52 bomber. Was it an accident? No. Five of Swords. No, it wasn't. Working together with somebody, Two of Cups, taking fiery action, King of Wands. The Eight of Swords closing in, the Hermit, the Tower. Truth closing in, surrender, surrender, surrender. My question is, okay, and I will grab pendulum and use it, and I'll lift you up slightly so you can see it's not me waggling away. Can I ask a question, please? Round and round for me means it's ready for a question. Can I ask a question, please? Gosh, it's got good weight to it. Was this a false flag? Was this a false flag? Yes. Back and forth towards me is a yes. Can I ask another question, please? Okay, round and round means it's ready for a question. Is Persia going to get blamed? Yes. Was the orange idiot aware? Sorry, I'll bring you down a bit so you can see me not waggling. Can I ask a question, please? Was the orange idiot aware of this? Yes. Side to side means no, and it does say no occasionally. Can you show me a no? Can you show me a no? See, there's a no, side to side. Just so that you can see that it does say no on occasion. Where do I want to go with this? Is this going to and then we've got the Six of Swords. Now, remember in that last, if you watched that last reading, sorry it was so long, the Six of Swords, the swords were all in the water, ready to tear the bottom of the boat out as it moved forwards towards calmer waters. So an unexpected announcement being made with that Page of Cups. Sorry, I'll bring you down so you can see. It's good, you know, the moving forward, but the swords are there. Page of Cups, unexpected announcement that changes everything with the Wheel of Fortune. And the Page of Pentacles, reduced offer perhaps, reduced. Could also be a message being brought forward about homeland security. Let's see where this goes. Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Who's the new homeland security person? Oh, isn't it that housing idiot? What's his name? Pustule? Bill Pustule? Fiery messaging being put out there. This complete and utter disregard for human life. That brings everything to an end with the World card. And secret dealings behind the scenes with the Three of Pentacles. I do not like these cards at all. And it is to feather the nest of the wealthy. And again, 5, so 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. We had the 5 of Swords before. Decimation, loss. You've got the regime, keeping a lid on something. The Hanged Man, sacrificed. King of Swords, new strategy. The Fool. And then we got the 8 of Swords. Fool. Starting a new journey, or simply something that is foolish, that I'm with this 8 of Swords, I'm really getting a pull towards it being discovered. Far out, man. Okay, is something going to happen? Is something going to happen that's going to reveal this as a false flag event, not necessarily by US military on US military. No, it's not going to be. It'll be like Mossad, but it's done with the agreement of the regime. And of course, it happened in California, because why not? Because they hate California out of all the bases. Is it going to be discovered that it was a regime induced, that's the word they're giving me, false flag event? And on that note, they've popped that card out. The 7 of Pentacles, looking at all the options about what to do, what they can choose to do. Sword of Truth is down, pointed down. There is no truth. The truth is being shunned. Playing on the emotions with the Cups here. We've got the Pentacles in the background. There's no Wands energy here that I can see. There is no wand, but all the other elements. Target on the back. This is the symbol means target on the warrior. And looking at the options of what they can do. This actually makes me feel incredibly ill, but it would not be the first time that it's, gosh, actions having consequences. Again, you've got this warrior symbol here. Again, the sword is pointed down. But justice, divine justice, justice being brought forward. Actions having consequences, and being prepared to put the hand in the mouth of the wolf. The 9 of Wands, this symbol here means something that is going to come to pass. And the Hermit, investigation, isolation. This card here, this symbol here also means the challenge and frustration of having something blocked. So I think investigations are going to be blocked. Notice how quickly Ivana, CK, and the butler kid were all cremated. You can't repeat an autopsy on ashes. Something about the investigation is going to be blocked. This is also blocking the path here. Justice is going to be blocked. Got the King of Swords. Truth being brought forward. There's that Fool again. And then the 8 of Swords. Same cards as we had before. Now, I know I didn't put them back randomly, but I did poker shuffle them in. But the fact that they could have been anywhere in that deck and they've come up again, telling me that this line is incredibly important. King of Swords, bringer of truth, the fool, the foolishness, and the arrests potentially. This symbol here, which is upright and upside down, making a double. Where is it on my little cheaty sheety? It means change, harmony, teamwork, loyalty, trust. Upright, M upright, upside down. It obviously means the opposite of that. It means no harmony, no teamwork, no loyalty, no trust at the point of these swords. The world, the ending of an era as the secrets are revealed, the Moon card. Oh boy. And then the Two of Pentacles. The sun rising. Seems such a innocent card after all this darkness. Two of Pentacles. Could also be trying to spin the need for homeland security, but you've got the moon here, the end of an era in the moon. 2, 2. It's going to be, okay, thank you. What I'm getting is it's going to be a very much when this comes out, it's going to be very much a crossroads point for the people of the US. And then we've got the Ten of Swords. The truth bringing everything to an end. Then you've got the White House, the narcissist, the manipulation, the Strength card. Can also be a manifestation of what you want. Okay, thank you. In regards to the White House, time for healing, time for bringing forward what it is that you want, and then the Strength card. Oh boy. Ace of Pentacles, opportunity. There's that Biden card, remembering he brought in legislation that means that the regime can be removed. The Ace of Swords. And we've got the Five of Wands. Sacrifice, burnt at the stake. Fiery. So angry. Believe it or not, I am angry. I am angry, but I'm also resigned that this is what they would stoop to, because we know that this is what they would stoop to. Is the military going to take action? Again, once the truth is out there, once the truth is out there, what action is the military going to take? I get the feeling it's going to be so obvious that they're faking the blame. The government, dead. The military itself, look at these three major arcana. The military itself and the Page of Cups. There's that Two of Pentacles again on the bottom. A choice will need to be made. It's not yet determined, but it's going to be highly emotive, highly unexpected, and just stinks to high heaven. Sorry for such an awful reading. Just don't have words. Obviously, it happened in California after the fella was out of the country, after his birthday bash. They will blame, you can put money on it that they will blame Persia, but when it comes out in the wash, it won't be Persia. Okay, I'm going to leave that there again. Sorry about the length of the reading. Deep breath. This is cornered rat territory. Love to you all. Take care.